Now, how many of you have ever had difficult personalities at your meetings? Oh, yeah. Well, I've listed on your handout, I've listed about 14 different difficult personalities. Okay, tell me if you've ever met arguing Annie. Yeah. And questioning Ken, always asks questions, right? Attacking Adam. Complaining Calvin. I apologize if these names are any of your names. Yes. Dominating Dan, has to take over the meeting. Negative Nell. Sidebar Sally is always talking to the person next to her, right? And Rambling Rose just talks on and on and on and on. Off-topic Tom, we don't know what he's talking about. Yes. Fighting Fred, he wants to talk about anything that he can have a conflict about. Repetitive Rita, she wants to say what everybody else has already said. Questioning Quentin, keeps asking questions. Joking Johnny, thinks everything is a stand-up comedy routine, right? And Silent Sam, we don't know what he's thinking. Okay, so what I've given you on this handout is some suggestions as a facilitator how you can deal with some of these. The top suggestion is my all-time favorite one. It's called "In the Interest of Time." I want you all to memorize that phrase, because whenever you have someone who is arguing, taking up time, detracting from getting through the agenda, you as the facilitator can always use this. And think of me when you do. Think of little Judy dancing in your brain, you know. In the interest of time, we need to move on. And you always have what's called the parking lot. The parking lot is your flip chart. It's on the side of the room where you, if there's an issue that you can't deal with in the agenda at that time, you can write it in the parking lot, and you can say, in the interest of time, Annie, we can't deal with that right now, but we will put it in the flip, we will put it on the flip chart, and if we need to deal with it in the future, we will deal with it. Okay? So you will see that I have a tip for each of those people. Some of them are the parking lot. Some of them are urging people to focus on issues, not personality. Because people like are attacking Adam will say things like, Charlie, you're the stupidest idiot in the whole world. And that's where the facilitator has to say, Adam, we don't attack Charlie. We may disagree with Charlie's ideas, but we don't attack him personally. That's the job of the facilitator. Or, for example, when Dominating Dan is taking over, we would say to Dan, Dan, let's give other members a chance to speak. Or when Negative Nell is saying, that won't work, that's terrible, that's stupid, we would say to Negative Nell, let's take a look at this from a different angle, Nell. You see how we work on some of these phrases? So this is a good tip sheet for you as facilitators. A lot of them. Sometimes with Fighting Fred, we just need to take a time out. That time out might be a restroom break, or that might be a good time to show that humorous little DVD clip or YouTube clip that we talked about earlier. So hopefully some of these will be good. With the Silent Sam, we can do the go around and everything. So this is your little tip sheet for how to deal with difficult people. All in all, facilitation is the key to an effective